Welcome back to episode 2 of Look Outside. I will be your host,
Hootso.
I do apologize to all 7 of my subscribers for the long wait. I've had many a challenge to contend with back in the real world. However, fear not, as
Even in death I still serve.
we jump back into our apartment. The memories of getting hounded by the demon spawn still fresh in my mind. I decided to head back down to the apartment of the predator to push onward, deeper and harder than before. At last I encounter another willing foe, undeterred that sudden death might be close at hand. I am not gonna lie, boys, I expected this sleeping mess to be a whole lot less sturdy than this early nightmare turned out to be. The brain of Menses had to drop on me today. I decided that me being the exclusive punching bag for enemies is no bueno, and I would have to recruit some fresh blood to drag into the agony with me. I hope there is something on the other side of this dirty ass crawl space that doesn't involve getting a tetanus shot. I make quick work of the plague rats, but not without getting zingered by syphilis. Shortly after arrival, I was face to face with Meat Piper After herself. At this point, it was safe to say that I started hallucinating due to the creeping infection. I wonder if this is how life comes across for the average junkie. Seeing demonic forces everywhere and crawling deeper into your own psyche. At this point, Rafter's story reminded me of another deep squeeze I read about before. I fought down the envy of having my own pipe to crawl into. I decided to hear out her lonely request. It would seem that Rafter has been meaning to get handsy with another resident nester, who I don't remember meeting, but I will definitely be keeping an eye out. At this point I wasn't really sure what to do. Push on ahead and die repeatedly, or head back home and do something more productive. I should perhaps craft some more healing items or something, but I choose what I do best. Waste endless hours of my life grinding away at achievements. I looked through my back catalog and decided on Wizard's Hell, Arcane Tears. Sounds like a mix of Noita and Dungeon Keeper. And just like the first time I played both, I had no idea what I was doing, except construct copious amounts of torture devices for both myself and the enemy. Just as I was about to hit the hay, an ominous knock came at the door. I eagerly rushed to the door to either greet a new friend or instant death, both desirable in this world. My paranoia got the best of me, and I decided to grill the little girl before opening the door. She seemed normal enough, and the only real danger now would be to be cancelled for interacting with children. It creeped me out a bit that my first party member would turn out to be a little girl, but I will take what I can get, even if it means a few child soldiers recruited on the path. It was time to end the day and get some serious beauty sleep. A new day had dawned, and it was time to lead my ragtag army of one 7-year-old girl to explore and see what the new morning had brought us. We were immediately greeted by an extremely friendly neighbor who seemed eager to share his gifts with us. As our luck would have it, those gifts consisted mainly of teeth, blood, and pain. He jabbered on for a bit, but ultimately it would not help him. After placing him on life support, we entered our first truly creepy abode. After taking in the ambiance, I encountered a few baby teeth that lulled me into a false sense of security by providing no real threat at all. As always, my kleptomania was in full swing. We decided to plunder the bathroom before encountering Jewel, another potential teammate. I noticed that Jewel had an oral fixation and an obsession with taking care of oneself. Sharing those attributes and desires myself, I knew that I had to have him on the team.
Joke's on you, I'm into that shit!
It didn't take long for Jewel to lose control of himself, and I knew that the best way of showing my love and support was to go with full police brutality. Little did I know that this was not the method to getting him to join me, and I had to turn back the wheels of time. Second time's the charm, boys. We most certainly will get him to be our friend this time. Instead of heading straight for Joel, I started to look around for something fuzzy, as that seemed to pique his interest right before he lost control. We headed into a side room, fought some thief, and then finally found a teddy bear on the floor. After teleporting to Jewel, we faced him with determination. We needed to get him to join the Doom Patrol, and we had to wrangle him into submission to do it. The teddy bear was super effective in placating Joel and making me feel like a pedophile at the same time. Yeah, thanks for that, bro. I'm pretty sure that isn't foreshadowing for later. Onwards we pushed past the creep in the basement towards the bedroom, which contained a little bit more than we bargained for. After stealing a tank top, we encountered a thief baddie in the form of a teratoma that didn't go down quite as quickly as the baby thief, but still we managed to make short work of him. But certainly not before getting demonstrated how fragile our team really is. A well-placed slap and some expensive medical treatment later, we decided to head down and see what else was on offer. It wasn't long until we encountered Madison. I had a bad feeling about this, but what I didn't know at the time was what she lacked in physical punishment, she made up for in spades in psychological torment.
Drop them out, let me see them titties go.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
As if that wasn't bad enough, I had to deal with my glass weapons cracking at every opportunity. Really? The battle was fortunately brief, but the vision burned into my retina. The pilfering continued. Hey, it's not like they need us anymore, not mentioning the fact that I had effectively silenced both the mother and the father. I am not overly proud of this moment, because I committed the ultimate sin of fear, and I had to pay for the consequences of my actions.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on.
Finally face to face with Baby Thief. I had to give it all I got to set the record straight that I was not a coward running away from the first sign of danger. As expected, she turned out to be extremely sturdy, especially against my own little girl. We held on for dear life and kept laying into her. The creepy monster kept tanking our hits until she eventually lost her cool and started throwing a tantrum. But even that wouldn't save her from the outcome of this battle.
Be gone, fuck!
I felt like I did right by the world this time and headed straight back to Jewel to collect my prize. It didn't take much to convince him to join our crusade, and our child army finally grows. We journey forth, one more loose strand to tie up before calling it a day. Inside the bedroom we find Joel's little brother. Unfortunately, there isn't much we can do for him in this condition, except put on a show while showing some humanity one last time. After playing for a bit, he fades out. It pays off in the end in this case, as it rewards you with some suitable treasures after becoming his final friend. We leave the House of Thief to journey back to our bunker, eager to rest up and prepare for the next expedition into the depths. I thank everyone for watching. I feel bad for taking so long to get the videos out, but hey, we all have to start somewhere, right? Please drop a like and thanks for watching. And keep your eyes peeled, because episode 3 is coming as soon as possible.
Bye, Futso.